game one here between good old Tundra and good old Xtreme Gaming. And we'll look forward to seeing some more, someone else really try out this offlane Terrorblade in a competitive game. Now, looking at 33's profile over the last couple of days.
Just a couple games.
Three games. Yeah. Played 3 times. He only won one of them. And that one win, it was a 28-minute stomp in which he kind of got carried by a Quinn Monkey King going 16-3-13. Okay. So I'd say that pub results haven't been great. But looking into this, 33 says, I'm going to try it here. And we're going to see today if it can work against XG.
And we've seen it, like we said, we saw it yesterday. Ended up not working, but the theory of it, right? Versus the Doom, it's one of the few things that can actually heal, because it's not a heal, it's an HP swap to deal with that Doom. And like they were talking about on panel too, you're going to get Radiance from the Reflection. Is that enough? I'm just uncertain. The other build is too. You go Pipe, you play this Aura. That is Whitemon.
That's going to be first blood.
Will go down, and XXX gets the last hit. A very nice one to get for the Doom. And other interesting thing to point out, 95% of players do not take this facet, but Ame, he's taking Mixologist. So not going to have that extra gold from the seed money on the Alk, which I think is also fairly interesting to see that he's gone down this route. So the only thing that I've really seen from people doing when they do Mixologist is because this Berserk potion is super strong. You constantly have it up on yourself to be able to dispel too. So maybe he's going to play around that where you're getting Reflection, you're going to have some BKB Manta plus a Berserk potion to dispel, not have to worry about it. And just overall, yeah, you're better to fight inside of your Chemical Rage with the Concoction. But I don't see almost anybody take it. Everybody takes seed money. So we'll have to see what Ame's idea is behind that one, if it is going to be the potion or what it's going to actually be.
And so with this offlane Terrorblade, how does the lane go? You know, when you look at this sort of setup down bottom, is this already a place of the game where the Terrorblade can do something crazy?
On paper versus Alk, like they were saying, it's all physical damage, right? So Concoction, Acid Spray, Terrorblade has literally the highest armor in the game, him and Bounty Hunter. So on paper, you can see the idea of it, but there's a Pugna in the lane, which is probably one of the best heroes in the game versus Terrorblade, even in this type of scenario. So I will say, we'll see what 33 is going to be able to do down here. Because I've also seen these Pugnas just, they've secured everybody's lane. I don't think I've seen Pugna lose a lane in this tournament. So we shall see how it goes down, and if they can actually pressure Ame, as he does have reduced gold to start that we'll keep mentioning. So it doesn't have the start of like, I've seen a lot of times they just start with like an extra ring of protection to deal with physical. Yeah, I'm very curious to see what the route is going to be here for 33. If it's just going to be the standard that we've seen, it's like double bracers into the pipe. I believe it was in almost every single game.
He's tried a few different, in the more recent ones, he's stuck with the single bracer.
Okay.
And getting the Falcon Blade before treads, and then indeed pipe rush. Cool. The offlaner.
I mean, we'll have to see, because I just don't know how much it's going to do when... I understand they have this Papango in the mid lane, which is the one that brings the team fighting, but that's their only team fighting aspect now at this point when you have this Terrorblade pick. And overall, we can now start mentioning XG. It's a very normal draft. Very standard across the board. Very comfort as well, too. Nightfall. Going to take quite a bit of damage here. Should be all right.
I won't quite be able to dive the tower, but he's showing us the potential there between the two of them. PYW and XXS.
Yeah, getting that early kill for XXS is definitely very valuable up here in this lane, because this is a lane where the Doom should get shut down versus the Ench and the Luna, but getting that early first blood, it's going to help him quite a bit to start with boots and get that extra stick charges. Mid lane, bit more of a wash, I guess you could say. We've seen this matchup a million times, the Puck versus the Pango. Some Puck players do better than other ones. Some Pango players do better than the others. Lorinov has had some explosive games on his Pangolier, so we'll see if he's going to be able to do that this game as well, too.
Yeah, so I guess, well, all in all, you would, looking at the drafts, trust in XG's draft a bit more.
Yeah,
like,
more
how uncertain are you on the Terrorblade offlane, from what you've seen? Is it something that is going to get picked up at in terms of tournament games competitively, and teams are going to start contesting it, or is it something we're going to see played today and then maybe not tomorrow?
It could start to disappear pretty quickly just because in pub games, certain heroes can look incredible, and in pro games, the hero cannot look nearly as good. I think Lich is one of those big examples that we use a lot of times. Sure, it's a support, but we did see Lich even have success yesterday. I believe it was, so. Yeah, we shall see. Right now, his CS is good. He's playing in this matchup versus that Alchemist. He's actually at 1640s ahead in the CS department. But but I just don't ever see them really killing anybody down here, right? This TB plus Lion, there's a Pugna. As soon as he gets level 4, Decrepify's online, and you won't be able to use your Metamorphosis to go for any type of kill. But it's probably just about getting the farm, playing for the timings when you are going to counter the Doom, when you are going to be able to Sunder, when you're going to be able to get the reflection onto that Radiance.
Top lane.
Yeah, aggro.
They're going to try and fight into the heals.
Careful. Get himself away from this. The Blood Grenade is up again in a second.
They should have him.
They don't even need the secondary Blood Grenade.
Not going to quite be able to turn for Whitemon as well, but...
That's pretty huge. it's a Doom Tusk lane killing a Luna in a Luna Enchantress lane. So I'd say XG very happy.
It was needed. I mean, because the farm, it's not great at the moment for XXS, right? He's struggling to CS up there.
Yeah, in terms of last hits. But his gold is fine because he got that, the first blood as well, too. So, going to see an early movement. Ame, he's got his lane in a good position under his tower. So the Pugna is actually making this heads-up move. Tianming looking to pressure top. If they can get him under a shards plus a tag
team. They can get him the second time. He's out of the lane without TP.
Yeah.
It depends if they want to dive it. They're going to try. Oh, it's a good shard.
Trapped. He's completely stuck.
Very good shards there from PYW. Can they finish Nightfall off?
They will.
They surely are going to be able to. Yeah, XM. He's actually the one to snipe it as he comes in with a Waning Rift. Dream coil down on the two of them.
Oh, he's 6 already.
They'll lose XXS, but very much worth it. They're taking Nightfall out a second time. He's not going to have the TP to get back to the lane when he respawns.
Huge kill. Great rotation from Tianming. I love that move because he has the... Ame's like, I have the creep wave under my tower. I can just farm here as this Alchemist. You can make this heads-up move with tag team. And those are some of the godliest shards I've seen in a while. He was stuck. He literally couldn't move.
Trapped between the trees.
Yeah. And XM even rotating up, he gets the experience from the kill, so he has the coil to at least hold the other targets back. Sure, they lose the Doom, but a great hit again. And Ame, off of that, he's going to be able to farm these camps. They are going to start getting blocked, as we see. That small camp, or the medium camp in particular, was blocked here from Saksa. But these Alchemists, they're able to farm really well. Ame actually missed the small camp stack. Excuse me.
Dire's bottom tower.
He literally missed it. He just timed it poorly. 33. In typical micro fashion as well, too, he will be able to deny bounty runes. He's going to send his illusions over. So, I mean, cool little other things that he can do, right? Is manipulate, farm in a way. I could actually see him even doing some, like, TB illusions to go block camps versus the Alchemist, too. So, we'll have to keep tabs. I'll try to keep tabs on what he does down there.
He should be able to get the Rolling Thunder off Lauren Offen just in time.
Almost dies to the Nether Ward. That was very close. Wisdom Rune contest, Tundra, looking to set up with it for the two supports.
Maybe seeing if they can get the wraparound here, but Xtreme,
they
are aware of this.
Puck has a TP as well. XM can TP over if he feels the need to.
They can contest this. They've still got time here, 5 seconds until the Wisdom Rune.
They've got 3.
Well, this is not going to be as clean as I think Tundra hoped for, unless actually can get a perfect stun time.
He can.
Will manage to take the rune.
Snatched.
He will die for this. Can he deny to the Ancients? He can't. XXS finds him.
Good snatch. A kind of needed one for the supports, I would say, for the side of Tundra. They were getting a little bit low level just because of how those lanes were. Now they're going to have, I mean, Whitemon in particular is going to be super high level because he got a lot of XP from when the Luna was dead in the wave, too. He's actually going to have a level 6 on Edge very early on. Very even early game. It's 4-1 for this side of Xtreme, but overall, looking at the net worths, it's pretty much dead even. So a very cool kind of plays that's coming out. And I would imagine Tundra now at this point are ahead in that XP after being able to grab those 2 Wisdom Runes. Nice steal. I thought XM was going to TP over. I really thought he was going to TP to ensure that they can get that one, but I guess they didn't want to bring 4 heroes. Ame, they're trying to pressure him. He's got Chemical Rage.
Some good shards, but they'll look towards Whitemon instead. Tianming coming in with the burst. They'll have the stun for Zax. Whitemon trying to retreat here with the heals. He's living through this. They get the Decrepify. One more nuke with the Snowball and a blast. Should do it. They're just going to do it with the right clicks alone, actually. There we go. As they finally get Whitemon. Saxa, he's able to retreat this. I guess that XM was not able to finish him off.
Nope. Just the extra duration of the stun, I think, actually coming into factor there. XM jumps forward, he gets hacked. It's 20% extra, so it's like 2.5 seconds that he's actually locked down and he can't finish off Saxa. But a good rotation. XM able to stop the pressure that was coming out onto Ame for a second there. And Ame, I believe he does get his medium camp dewarded with the sentry, so we'll have those double camps to be able to go back and farm too. And he's got his Talisman of Evasion. Pretty valuable as well to this game to get this early Talisman. They are, I would say they're quite limited on damage early on the side of Tundra. Most of that damage is going to have to be provided from Lorinov. He is lingering bottom. They do want to try to shut down this out.
See what they can do here, Whitemon. Standing his ground, buying time for the rest of Tundra to collapse in towards Xtreme. Xtreme, I don't think they've got much of a fight here to have as PYW, he'll be dealt with by Lorenov from White, but the snowball will come out, give him a bit of safety. But he's not escaping this as Tundra push on, get the kill.
It's 4 heroes, though, to rotate. They get the Alchemist out. They don't lose the Pugna either. Can they get the tower at the least? It looks like they will on the side of Tundra. But XM in the meantime, cutting the mid wave, getting good pressure onto the tower. Lorenov has the roll available.
Ame with some greedy farm.
It's very deep forward. He's got the backup of the Pugna, but it's only level 5.
And there's backup coming in for Lorenov. As Lorenov's got the setup with the Rolling Thunder. Haven't they got enough burst to get through this Alchemist? Ame getting controlled, but indeed they don't. Now Ame's ready to turn.
The Hex.
Snowball and shards over towards Saxa. Ame throws out the concoction. 33 coming in the side with the Metamorphosis, bringing in the damage, but the self-declare. He's going to be able to keep himself safe. Ame and PYW continue to chase down Saxa. It's taken them ages to get this Lion. Saxa still surviving. He gets away. Nightfall comes in with a TP. Eclipse is there. Ame to fall. As Saxa once again surviving.
With
so many times now that they've just tried to chase out this Lion and they're not getting him. And it's giving time for Tundra to turn up and turn things around. They get the kill against Ame.
I think he had, was that the ice armor, I believe, from the Ogre creep that White went through on him? I mean, that little thing matters. Saxa survives, baits Ame, and then they get the cleanup kill. A good decrep from Tianming actually almost saves the Alchemist in the end of it all, but over chasing, trying to get Saxa. He'll have the last laugh there as this Lion. Almost level 6 too, so he's going to have Finger available in a second here.
Dire's middle tower.
Good rotation there. Necessary one from Nightfall. Immediately makes his way back toward top. I like that he gets involved with that first Eclipse.
Keeping up in farms so far with Ame's Alchemist Nightfall.
XM is just pretty massive so far on this puck. He's top of the net worth. Lorenov is the bottom of that core. Sox is always going to be that answer for the puck with his Hex, with his double stuns. He'll have the burst, but so far XM, he's a bit of a scary one. Without the Lion, this puck has a free roam in the game.
Radiant's middle tower.
And this could also be the concept of the Terrorblade, where you just occupy the Alchemist jungle, right? You just stay down here, prevent him from getting the farm. There's definitely some interesting stuff that's coming out from it.
Yeah, and this is the thing, as you mentioned, just against the Alk. The Alk can never push you away solo. No, at this point of the game, he's just not going to have the damage output to deal, as you mentioned, with the high armor that Terrorblade has. So it's 33 is very free down here until they bring in like extra resources to try and push him out.
It's going to come down to the fact of how much does he actually contribute, right? That's really the question of what it's going to be. Yes, he's going to be able to sunder versus these Doom targets potentially in some scenarios, and he's going to be able to build this pipe, but what else is he going to really provide? We'll have to see. Curious to see how it's going to end up working. As Lorenov, he does get his timing, his defusal is finished, but he has been slowed down.
Dire are scanning.
And XXS today, at least in this start, this is a world of difference from a lot of the early games I've seen from him. He's been struggling a lot this tournament, this time on his Doom. He's 3-1. He's already has his phase in his drums. He can go for the Midas if he wants to afterwards. He can start to sell items. So he has a very, very good entrance into this game as his Doom now.
Radiant's middle tower.
Let's see where Tundra looks to go. They want to get Lorenov involved. He's got an amp damage, one of the best runes you can get on a Pango early.
Here we go, Tundra. They're going to go straight for XXS here. Lorenov. He's got the setup with the Rolling Thunder. Nightfall bringing in the damage, and nobody else is around to be able to connect and help out.
That's 2 ults used, but it's very well worth it to push off XXS. And we're seeing a lot of teams adopting this. I mean, more and more, is pulling the lane back. You saw their PYW. The lane was pushing forward onto Nightfall for the Luna. It's a double creep camp and the hard camp. He pulls the lane back into a position where they can actually farm. XM is going to smoke up. They know pretty much the 2 biggest moves, two biggest ults that Tundra has available right now were used. They're going to look for their own move.
And XXS can join if he wants. He has got the Doom at the ready.
Saxa. He's going to show himself. He does hide.
Surely this time
they'll find him. Yeah, he's going down.
This time.
If he plays himself out of this one, that'll be pretty insane.
Yeah, XM's coming for him. He's going to try for the TP, and then put a stop to it.
He'll force the coil with that TP, though, so pretty, I mean, all things considered, pretty good when he's in that type of position. He does end up dying, does force it. Gives information, shows 3 heroes. Immediately, 33 can show himself back bottom and start to push the wave in.
Success. Chase down Whitemon. He'll drop the Doom for this.
Yeah, I mean, these Enchantress, they've been absorbing 4,000 damage in some of these fights, even when they have 1,000 HP. I don't blame XXS for just dooming him. And there's the Radiance.
All right.
The timing, it's been hit there for the Alk. Luna is decent, not too far behind because he's been able to find those kills, but...
Yeah, now with the Radiance, Arme should start to zoom ahead.
Yeah.
As we did see him do in his Alchemist the other day.
Yes.
Had a very good game.
And this is where they print money, too. The Midas on the Doom. This is I mean, it's Tundra, actually, who's been the one that did the Alchemist Doom in most situations. So, if anything, they should have ideas of how to play versus this. So let's see how they do want to approach this as these items are already coming out. And that net worth, it's going to start to increase pretty massively on the side of XG. XM. If he's, pretty much, if XM sees the Lion, he's pretty free to play as aggressive as he wants.
Or enough. It's a good angle with the Rolling Thunder. That's a very stuck Tian Ming. And Moronoff is ready to go for it. Maybe even more. Under the tier 1, it's a little too spooky. He's going to wait for Stacks to maybe get the angle.
33 has his item now. He's looking to get involved. The pipe is finished.
Stacks gets the opening. Straight in with stun for the tree line into the finger. They burst through XM.
Great catch there from Sox from the sideline.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
He did not see him coming in. So the other thing that's actually pretty... I mean, I'm trying to just look at more things because we don't get to see this TV offlane so much, is a lot of games, you lack push. From what I've been seeing, you know, it's either an Enchantress or a Pugner in particular, one of these supports that contributes for it. The TV does provide you this extra push a lot of times, so other small cool things that he can go for. His net worth is good.
Yeah, he's been getting a lot of space. You know, it's been pretty sort of AFK play from him down on the bottom lane, 33, because he's been getting away with it.
Yep.
He's been able to farm as if he's more than just the offlane, you know, or at least it's like one of those offlane heroes that's kind of also a carry.
Yep.
With just how much CS he's got.
I mean, he's matching a Doom's farm, right? So that's pretty damn impressive so far here. Matching even the Midas plus the Devour. Ame looks like he's going to go the Manta route, so he really wants to accelerate farm. We've seen a couple different approaches in these games where some go Blink Dagger to look for more fights. XG wants to farm, and since he's playing versus the Reflection as well too, he wants to have these multiple different forms of this spell to deal with that too. 8-6. They're still fairly close to early game, mid.
Drop coil for this.
They should have him.
Yeah, nothing what the Whitemon could do to save him.
Every time coils up, it feels like they will be able to find a kill like that. They have great burst damage and great control. How's Sox's Blink looking? He's trying to finish it off. It would be huge if he can finish this in the next few moments as this Lion, since he is pretty poor. But that Blink will give them better access to just full commit and find XM in some situations where maybe he won't expect it. Because it's really all up to Sox to control this puck. Playing aggressive. Whitemon. He's trapped, but I think he's going to heal. Unless XM connects over.
Yeah, they need a +1 ready to do this. Same time, Nightfall's found XXS. They'll get him with the silence, but the heals continue on Whitemon. He's perfectly fine, and the backup's in.
He's full HP.
You know, killing this Enchantress, it's never an easy ordeal.
No. They bit off way more than they could do. I feel like I've seen this too many times this tournament where they just end up surviving as Nightfall top does get that kill. As we saw.
They're going to get another W as well, so that whole push and effort to try and take down the Enchantress is horribly wrong.
Baited for an Ench, and he doesn't even die. How many times are we going to see teams get baited by these Enches?
It is pretty crazy.
It is.
Because I feel like that's one thing, you know, at a competitive level with these professional teams, that, you know, these players in general, they're very good at knowing when they can go on a hero and kill it. But something about the Enchantress, it doesn't matter if you're like the best player in the world, you're still going to see these teams try and kill an Enchantress and not even get close.
It literally wasn't even close.
The calculations just cannot be done when there's an Enchantress involved.
Just full 0-4-4 skill build there from Whitemon. He's very farmed, to be honest with you. Look at how much net worth this Enchantress does have. He's going to have the Solar Crest finished after drums. He's got 1,300 HP, and that's a deceptive 1,300. They're going to smoke up. They have Doom. They have pretty much every single ult available. Lornoff does have roll on cooldown. They're going to look to take advantage of that. They have this deep ward as well. See if they do look to make a jump into the enemy jungle. 33 will show. They want to catch behind the Terrorblade.
Come on, sprites!
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
XG. Gonna jump. Hesitant to full commit, though. Saksa has this blink hex, so XM has to be very careful. Ame, they'll see Nightfall bottom. But Nightfall does quickly back away. They're gonna still commit for him. Saksa's here.
Tundra's got the backup. Saxa's gonna get caught by the silence. I have to drop the Dream Core just onto Saxa. He's still alive. Finally, the secondary burst finishes him off. The Rolling Thunder from Lorinov catches XXS to the edge of the fight. Nightfall's in trouble. Arme's moved in, Concoction down upon him, but Lorinov back up with the Rolling Thunder, keeps Nightfall safe. He's able to get the Eclipse off. Nightfall finally goes down. Those XG this time are able to persist through the fight and chase down for more. The Concoction out over towards Lorinov. They're thinking about jumping up to the high ground. They get the punch up, and XM coming in with the burst. He'll get the shield crash off Lorinov, but the Waning Wrist Silence is in play. They'll kill him off under the tier 3 tower. They've found 4, and now with everybody else dead, they can now turn towards the Enchantress and take her down as well.
Beautiful fight. They get everybody. A 5-for-1. They doom the TV. So, okay, you want to try to sunder my doom? You're doomed yourself as Ame showing his power in that fight. I don't know how many concoctions he actually got off in that. I think it was like
4.
3 or 4. And that's the power of the mixologist. That's one thing, you know, when you do see this one picked up, if you've had this good lane and you didn't need the seed money, it's way stronger in the mid game how much you can fight just throwing these constant stuns out. Yeah, 3 different stuns from him, 3 Waning Rifts, 5 Illusory Orbs. They took the line out at the start, so XM was able to deal an insane amount of damage in this fight. 5k lead just off of that one. Nightfall playing a bit too aggressive. He showed himself, and they were kind of close to connect, and they had seen that as well. Tundra, they knew that XG was positioned on that high ground, and they still fell for it. They did not expect them to just be able to run right through and fight. That's a massive win there for the side of Xtreme.
They were so close to being able to keep Nightfall alive, but they just took far too much damage on that initial sort of jump that XG were able to make towards him.
And they could have probably just, kept chasing him forward even if he survived a bit longer. They were pretty healthy, Owen. And the ults, now they get time to be able to get them back up. 30 seconds until their Doom's going to be back. They're not going to be able to steal Tormentor or Wisdom Rune, but they're going to be able to back up and get their own. And now they have a good separation of net worth.
They really do. Excellent fight from Arme in particular.
Yeah.
His involvement and target sort of prioritization as the Alchemist in the team fight. He got a lot done.
Yeah.
And, you know, this sort of bump up in net worth, it's going to be a problem for Tundra.
It is.
The next fight, they struggled there in the team fight. They're going to struggle even more in the next one if it goes down the same way in a full 5v5.
If the 3 cores get to have that type of spellcasting on the Xtreme Gaming, it's difficult to see how Tundra's going to approach these fights, right? If Terrorblade gets doomed, if they kill the Lion before XM gets controlled, that's kind of the way to approach these fights on XT. I mean, they're going again. They've got everything ready.
And you think, well, if you're XXS, that's just what you do every time.
I think you just
go
Terrorblade.
Just doom Terrorblade.
Yeah, especially now that the Alk has this huge separation versus the Luna. Alk can just sit on the Luna and fight her. Now he has BKB and the Manta, so most of that damage that Tundra has is his defended burst.
Yeah, 33's got to be careful.
33 has to be careful, and Saksa cannot get caught first. He has to be the one to disable XM. Or XM can just run rampant in these fights. And XM now, I think he can buy the Parasma, so his damage is increased massively. Amp damage bottom. This could be a difference maker. They're going to give it to Nightfall.
Smoke coming to an end soon.
They see Whitemon. Ame pops the Chemical Rage.
He's going to check what's going on. He's trying to bait the action here, Ame. They'll turn with the stun, they'll go as well. They're dropping Doom down on towards Nightfall. The Eclipse was out in time, but Ame has the BKB out, stands toe-to-toe with the Luna. They're losing XXS, but the heals are coming in. They're keeping XXS alive a little longer, but finally he'll fall. POW moves in. There's the stun, though. We'll be able to get back to full HP, but he loses that HP pretty much as quickly as he got it.
Ame's full HP.
And he's got another concoction ready to roll with. He's going to get caught by the Hex. Will he be able to throw the concoction in time? Doesn't matter. The snowball comes in clutch, keeps him safe, moves him forward. They're going to try and chase on here. Lorinov, he'll go for the TP up, but another concoction was ready. It's not even needed. They have the burst to kill him out before he's able to TP away.
I don't know. I mean, I see the Sunder, but it doesn't do anything.
It didn't matter.
It literally did nothing, and that's all he...
I mean, it gave him a lot of HP, but it doesn't get him out of the fight.
No.
And he literally lost that HP as soon as he was given it. They can easily kill him through it.
Ame just puts himself out there. He's like, okay, please initiate on me. They try, and it's a terrible decision for them. He's way too tanky. And they get every spell off.
Because here we have the interaction, as you say. This is why people are talking about the TV as a Doom counter. You know, the Doom target, Luna, is getting very, very low. Needs to buff up of health. There it is. But
that's about it.
That's about it. Then what?
Yeah. And that's the actual damage from the reflection's decent, but that's all 33s contributing into these fights. Rather than having like this big team fight from these offlaners, it's just a reflection plus a save on, or a attempted save As 33 surrounded.
He's dead again.
He's going down. Now, the XG game plan just looks clean, and it looks like like we said, the normal approaches that we've seen in most situations is a definite smile on Ame's face. He's top net worth, having a pretty much free Alchemist game.
Yeah, the fact that, you know, 33 on the Terrorblade was able to kind of farm that bottom area of the map earlier, it really has not made any sort of impact into his progress. Ame found elsewhere to farm, and just the impact that he's been able to have in the fights, Ame, has been brilliant.
That's also interesting. He's just going stats instead of even leveling Metamorphosis, too. So he's literally a Reflection and Sunder. That's it. He's only got the 1 point in meta.
Okay, I mean, I guess the scaling of Metamorphosis isn't that crazy, right? Where you get 10 damage per level.
The attack range is pretty good. The damage.
That duration goes on quite a bit.
I guess he doesn't feel like he's going to actually be able to contribute any right clicks because of his build, but he queued up a... Okay, he changed his build. I was saying he queued up a Butterfly afterwards. So I was like, then... I don't understand if he just going to go that round, but he's going to switch it. He's going to queue up just Hurricane Pike to be more of that saver, but... Yeah, I feel like actually his approach, it just looks easier to take these fights. And now they have a Blink, too, on the Tusk, so even more further ways to catch. And Ame, the timings are just flying in. He's going to have an AC pretty much before that next fight. There's every single one of the fights, they always have Doom available, too, because that downtime between every one of those fights that they've won, they can just back up, reset, get those cooldowns at the ready. But yeah, the question is for Tundra, how are you going to approach these team fights? If the Alk is just going to run in and pose the question to you of, good luck bursting me, how do you actually initiate these fights? Because you want to get the initiation as this Lion with this Pango to try to kill a target, in particular the Puck, at the start, but if it's the Alk that just shows, it's hard to find the route to go for that. So we'll see how a Tundra does look to approach that as the game progresses, because this Alk, yeah, clear separation now between him and Nightfall. And
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Feels like the game gets
Radiant
harder.
structures are fortified.
We shall see.
Dire's top tower
Ame with Aegis, with AC, they're going to start pushing.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is falling.
They're going to hit high ground, Tundra. They got to respond. And they're going to lose Toxa before the fight. He's got buyback.
They're pushing the base. They got to come back.
And they glyphed the catapult during the... Or sorry, they decrept the catapult during the glyph, so they still have this catapult up here to continue the push.
They're going to try and base race it a bit. 33, he's pushing the bottom. He doesn't push that fast, though.
No.
And they've just lost their top racks. They might just go for a second set of racks.
Of course, why not? They have Aegis.
33's still trying to work on this tier 3, but it's just going down very slowly, Fold.
It is. And the Doom, it just gets thrown on Lornoff, and 33's bottom, so there's no Sunder for the... They actually just kind of do whatever they want.
I don't know about this, Fold. I don't know about this.
I don't know. And Ame now he buys shards, so he's got the Dispel.
Yep.
Another Dispel versus the Reflection. Terrorblade is attempting to go for the push, but he's just poking, he's just tinkling the racks, and they lose 2 sets.
Yeah. Well, I think it's back to the drawing board on this offlane Terrorblade, I'll be honest, Fog. I'm not sold.
I'm not really sold either.
I'm not sold.
Because he literally got to cast the spells. Right? He literally got to do the exact thing, the theory of it, but it just didn't do anything.
I guess the problem is, you know, you give them the HP, but they're still doomed.
They are still doomed.
They're still doomed. Maybe we'll need to see more results.
We'll have to see. We will have. I like the teams are. You know, people are experimenting. We've been seeing. Everyone's playing it in pubs.
This would be the time to experiment. If
game 1.
It's game 1.
Sure.
You're playing against a team who's yet to win a series.
Sure.
So you know, you try something a bit different, and maybe after a few more games, which I don't doubt that. I don't think this will be the last time we see a team bring out offlane Terrorblade. I'm sure other teams will keep trying it. Yeah, from what we've seen so far in the competitive in these tournament games, it's not looked too hot. But we say that now. Maybe Tundra's about to have an insane comeback.
Maybe they just come back and win the game.
You know, 33 is going to get 6 slotted, and he's going to win them the game. It could still happen. It's unlikely.
It's very unlikely now at this point, especially with just how massive this Alchemist is. He's about to hit 20. They got literally 2 sets of Raxes for free, Owen. There wasn't even a contest.
There we go. They're going to go for the team fight now, Tundra.
They're trying to go for the wrap-round, but 60 seconds still on this Aegis. They don't want to go for Ame first.
Well, they're looking at him first. Get the roll in. They're going to burst through the Tusk. Drop the Eclipse down as well. Crepfly's actually going to keep him alive. PYW lives. They've killed Ostaxa. Finally, he falls. Look towards Arme now. Arme puts the BKB. He's getting in onto Nightfall. Nightfall having to back away. Arme continue to chase. He's going to have another concoction ready to throw out. He's going to throw it the way of Whitemon. The buybacks come in from Saxa. It's going to be said here for PYW.
They want to try to chase for more.
Aegis is going
Aegis
in 30
is still on him.
seconds. And they'll push them back, Tundra.
It's a good rep run. Catching the 2 supports instantly. Saxa does buyback immediately afterwards too. But they do get themselves something going for themselves. That was quite a bit committed though, right? That was the BKB, that was the Eclipse, that was the Pango roll. That was a beautiful save too. The D crept into that Hurricane, I believe, from XXS to attempt to save PYW. But they used a lot. They used quite a bit to just bring out those 2 supports. So let's see XG's approach if they want to just go for the push now that they've used all those spells. Lincoln's for Ame.
Very, very close, and I think that the Octarine is going to be done for XM for the next team fight.
Oh my, yeah, he is huge. We did say XM was going to be a problem since there's just a Lion to address him, and as we mentioned, Saxa, he did use buyback before. So if he does get caught again, he will not be alive for any of this push. Whitemon really wants to keep his ward alive.
Radiant are scanning.
Crazy that he can stand up here versus like 4 heroes. They're gonna now push. They're gonna push him away now, but that was actually pretty funny. He was literally standing there threatening him versus 4 different heroes. Okay, Lincoln's, it's done for him.
They don't have the Aegis anymore, but they may still try and push high ground because they are that strong.
Ags is finished for Lorinov. And the Nemesis, okay. Conda plus Nemesis Curse is picked up and level 20 on Nightfall, so he's gotten a big spike of damage.
That's a tier 3 gone. Arme, he's just onto the barracks. Saxa.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he jumped
He doesn't
in, but
get the
he didn't
hex.
get the spell off. He's going to go down for sure. I mean, at the same time, they're trying to find into this, but Arme's going to be ready to swing back across.
Doom, it's out.
It's dropped down onto Nightfall. They'll look straight over towards. Look at the silence of the 2 of them. Nightfall's gone. 33 in trouble as well as they catch him with the Infernal Blade. Arme stays on top of him, finishes him off. They're coming in with the buybacks, Tundra. But Arme, he's just seemingly untouchable at this point. 70% for XM, just jumping freely around the team fights. They're using these buybacks here, Tundra, to try and push them back.
Arme's just walking right back into them.
He's just standing there. He's ready to punch in.
He's back in
with a jump, 33. He's going to go down a second time.
And the next one, Nightfall. He's got nothing up.
He's gone.
That's it. That's game.
Well, they experimented, folks.
They tried.
Maybe they'll try it again, but I don't think they'll try it at least this series again.
I don't think so. And also, especially, like, XM just has the freest game ever on this puck. It's besides everything else that we're talking about.
Picks this time. We're getting 33 back on the good old Doom.
Yep, back to standard, and overall, I like this Chen pick a lot, in particular when they went for it, because what they saw was the Luna, the SD, the Clockwork. This is kind of like a perfect Chen pick because the supports don't like to deal with it. It absorbs a lot of the Eclipse beams even inside these team fights too. It's a strong approach from Tundra. And Saxa doing something different also. He went Drinking Buddies. I think we've been mostly seeing Tag Team. Went for this one instead. So we'll see what his idea is in terms of his Drinking Buddies this time around with the Doom. As we were mentioning, in the last game they had this Doom Tusk lane when they were playing versus the Luna lane. And overall, as I was mentioning, that lane, the Doom lane shouldn't really be able to get too much aggression out. Whitemon actually steps up very far.
Oh, they're going to be able to get the cogs onto the 2 of them.
Those are great cogs from Tianming.
Well, Whitemon is definitely dead. Well, that'll be first blood for XM nonetheless in the mid.
Gotta love cursing the Chen. It's still a good game for the Chen, even though he dies at level 1. But overall,
hey, that was a
good catch.
Sweet bounty pick up there for
that. Was
nice. Able to get a mid-slight fist. So
He's
get some style points at least for him, but style points ain't going to give him as much as XM getting the first blood as the Storm.
That is a very big deal. Is going to be able to sway that matchup because we've seen a lot of these Ember Spirits be able to deal with the Storm. Now he gets a Galvanized stack as well, too, to start off on XM on top of having a bottle right at the beginning.
And I had a great game last game, right, XM?
He played perfect. Yeah. This time he does have to deal with a bit of disables. There's the chains, the stuns that come out from the Tusk, depending on if there's mini stuns from Doom, Chen creeps, and the DK in particular. So not a free game this time around, like I saw mostly for that for the puck in the last situation.
And Arme on the Luna, I mean, it kind of is Luna and his Alchemist. They feel like the 2 carries that over the past few days, we saw him have really good games on, right?
Yeah, I just want to see him play these almost every time, honestly. I don't want to see... That's a mistake there from Saxa. Gives away the courier. Tianming should be fine to play around here too. And yeah, the Luna lane, as I was mentioning, it's a clockwork Luna lane, so it's a very strong one into this duo melee. Ame should have a pretty good time. So 3 lanes that do look like they can be pretty strong for the side, or 2 lanes in particular that look pretty strong for the side of Xtreme. The top lane is the one that can be a bit difficult because they are playing into this Chen. And we've seen a lot of these DKs, they can withstand a Timbersaw in the lane. So that's the one lane that I would say Tundra do have a good setup in to win in comparison.
Sorry, friend.
But yeah, 2 lanes where Xtreme on paper should win. Especially because of that first blood, as we were saying.
Run off. That's a lot of damage he's taking here from XM.
He doesn't have the money for the bot.
He might. Is he what? Yeah, how's he doing on the regen? Oh, bottom lane.
On it, bottom again, 33.
It's good contact. They're surely going to be able to get the Doom. Yeah, Cog push back once more. They get 33. Very good start here for XG already here in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, this lane, it's going to be a problem for them unless they want to do like kind of the creep pulling mechanics in particular. That's why I was also curious to see that he went drinking buddies, because
you don't think you play the lane at this point?
When you go for a tag team, you have chances to actually kill the Luna with the damage that you provide with the extra slow, with something like a Doom. Sometimes if they're out of position, but with drinking buddies, it feels very less likely to actually be able to touch Ame. But he's also with the clockwork, so it's hard anyway to see them be able to get aggressive onto him. His top, QIW, do they have enough?
He's got the disruption, so he's going to be able to get away fine.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna try to keep tabs on how this ends up going, because that first blood, it's a big deal. The fact that XM's able to just get this bottle, he's gonna be able to go for a null early on too. He could bully Lauren off pretty heavily in this matchup now because of that. 2 points in Flame Guard will absorb a decent chunk, but XM enabled for success. And oh, another courier just walks in and dies. Success will be able to snag that one up. And although the top lane should go well for Nightfall, they can't actually bully XXS at all, right? So this Timbersaw should be able to get pretty solid free farm in this game as this Timbersaw.
Gonna try and go for Ame. See if they've got enough damage.
They do not.
No, Ame can step back and if anything, kind of hover around and turn to look to try and threaten them.
The damage is starting to rack up from these beams.
Tianming, he's gonna have Barrier Assault back up and Cog's in a few seconds, so Tundra, they've got to be careful of that.
Got the Lotus as well, too, if there is even any more damage that came out. It wasn't even close to them punishing Ame there. Especially once he starts getting a couple of these beams out inside the lane, the damage racks up a lot. You can see how much he was able to do there versus 33. 33 is trying to secure himself to get these double range creeps.
If they get caught by Tianming, they could be in trouble.
Yeah, it's level 3 now. Tianming's trying to get a side pull off to maybe deal with some of these range creeps. Okay, the stun will catch. Sucks, and the shards won't connect. Double mana burn side lanes. So they have the Satyr creep on both, this time on the Doom on the bottom lane and on the Chen toward top, so to prevent some of that aggression. And overall, 33's last hits are pretty good down here. Even though they did end up dying, he is up to 22 versus the 20 of the 3 of the Luna, so all things considered, not too bad. And Laurenov, he's starting to be able to handle the mid lane with those points in the Flame Guard. But it is going to be an advantage that's put out there for XM. And a lot of these, I mean, these Storm games, we do have to talk about it, of course. Yes, he's going to be playing into some sustain and some saves for the Chen and the Tusk, and there is disables. And speaking of the Tusk, can he get himself away?
No, not this time, surely.
Doesn't look like he can.
Tianming's on top of him, Sax is gone. They continue to get the kills here in the safe lane.
And so mentioning the Storm thing, right, we have to talk about the Shard, how explosive the damage comes out from it, the double damage that you get provided. I assume we're going to see XM get it very early. And now it's hit nighttime. So when you're playing with Luna, as soon as that night hits, the aura, of course, giving even more damage to your lanes. It's not massive, but every little thing, you know, we always like to factor them in. So a bit of extra damage for the Storm Spirit as well, if he wants to make early moves around this night.
Top lane, max success.
He should be fine.
Yeah, he's very hard to bully away. You're seeing how much he's getting from the lane.
I'm glad to see more people diving toward the Timbersaw, just because of how many strength cores we are getting. In the lane, sure, you're not able to bully a DK, but in the mid game, I have memory of what was it? Was it Malik? I think it was.
Just jumping in and bam.
Yeah, there's this potential where or was it Keith? I can't remember exactly what it was, but either way, there's definitely potential for you just to kill them in the mid game over and over again when their BKBs start to tick lower and lower.
Laurenov's got to be careful, right? There's potential for a kill here.
Yeah, level
he
6
steps
is already
up.
Out.
He knows it. Yeah, Laurenov's got to be very, very cautious.
We'll be able to get away. XM We'll be able to find the rune very likely.
They're trying to fight back, but Arme does a lot of damage. And there will only just Tianming there.
Whitemon was able to deny away the shield rune, but Lornoff is incredibly low right now. Only level 5 at the moment, trying to get his 6 from the creeps. Look at the micro. Whitemon's trying to drag the creeps a bit here to stop the pressure onto the tower. Gonna make the move. But they have enough to go for Lornoff
He's
here.
hit the 6.
Yes, he should be fine. Tianming's even coming in. He's gonna refill the bottle. So XM. They're gonna take out the Chen creeps. Nice micro there from Whitemon though. Taking out the top rune and trying to protect this tower as long as possible to secure Lornoff's level 6.
XM will go for the kill.
Oh, bit of missed micro there from Whitemon.
Lornoff, can he help Whitemon out at all? Nope. He's gone.
Bottom though, with all these movements, they saw the clockwork TP mid.
He's just got enough mana to jump away. But yeah, what's going on bottom?
They just, there's no clockwork there. They just dove him. They just full persisted under the tower. And there's a catapult wave, so 33. He's going to drag the wave off so this catapult gets good damage. And this Doom now, top 2 net worth, even though he has died in the lane.
Easy wisdom rune though.
And Saksa has the snowball to go to the Ancients. He's actually going to throw it onto Tianming. Should be fine.
Yeah, not going to be quite enough here with this battery assault.
Probably smart to just use the snowball right away, yeah. So he doesn't get hit by the cog pushbacks there, but we do see the levels since they do grab the double wisdoms. 33 has Doom available. Ame trying to juke him.
I've lost the tower, so this bottom area now pretty spooky for XG.
Tianming is level 5. It's level 3 battery assault. He gets a lot of mana burn. Creeps are soaking some damage. He's got the save.
Yeah, Saxon's coming across him. Presented for 33. And Lauren. They've had enough of this clockwork.
Wow, they actually throw the blood grenade even from Whitemon. Not necessary, but
Well, that was a little bit over the top.
minus 50.
Xtreme for XM.
But a good kill. It's a high-level clockwork, so nice one that they're able to find there. But haste rune, as we see there, claimed from XM. And looks like 33's trying to surprise the Timbersaw in the top lane. He's TP'd to go for a Doom play.
Looking at the sort of catch potential for the mid, I mean, is Lornoff someone you can go for at the moment, XG, or?
It's definitely a bit difficult.
Yeah.
That's why they went for this Ember pick, right? There's limited disables.
Dire are scanning.
And Lornoff loves to play it. And it's a Mage Slayer buyer, so it can be very valuable playing versus both the Storm and the Timbersaw. Saksa, he plays his way out of this one. That extra movement speed.
That's a good shot.
He's zooming. And so far, him not having the tag team in the laning phase didn't matter at all. I actually liked it. I was actually wanting to see more Drinking Buddy because it was literally, I mean, it was broken at TI, don't get me wrong, because it just gave the 25% movement speed bonus, but you can see right there, just him when he's alone, having that extra movement speed lets him just reset and play a bit more aggressive in these situations. And they're going to do the thing that I was mentioning of pulling the wave back to prevent the Luna from farming, so they pull the hard camp. I think we've seen this pretty much every single game for most of these 4 positions. So trying to control that economy. Right now, they do have a bit of that economy lead. They've slowed down Ame decently inside the laning phase, but only slight. There's that slight advantage right now for the Dragon Knight.
Yeah, it's a close start here. But yeah, I think DK definitely the big scare, as we've seen many a game where DK that's ahead. The Dragon Tail, and they've got the chains, and they've got the kill.
Nice Mud Golem stun.
XM caught massively by surprise there. He didn't think they'd have the lockdown to deal with him. They did.
There's always going to be that lockdown for him, really, in this game. There is a plethora of stuns.
He's got to be more careful.
Yeah.
Can't get too ahead of yourself when you got a haste rune.
Oh, and look at this. They know the stacks are going on.
They can take some of this. The Ancients
probably not.
They'll just take the smaller one.
Yeah, they'll be able to deny that away there. They're going to rotate over XXS. But the hard camp's already gone. Yeah, Lornoff definitely has this game where he can pop off because there's just that limited control. So we'll see if maybe it's an Orchid route that XM wants to go for. I see he's queuing up the Witchblade right now.
Okay.
But that is going to mean that there is just so little disable to go for this Ember Spirit. And we'll see if he does divert.
Because I couldn't remember, but was XM not one of the Storms that was going the Soul Ring?
He was the Soul Ring guy for most of these games.
Not today.
Game.
What do you think that kind of depends on in his mind?
I don't think it was versus Invoker either in most of the games that I saw.
No.
So I was thinking like versus these EMPs, sometimes you want that little bit of extra jolt, but I'm not sure. It seems like it's That was random, the way that they do choose to go for it. I can't remember the exact situations that they always did, but I don't believe it was always versus invokers.
No, it was.
Top
We
tower.
definitely had it games, yeah, where there was.
This one's going down. Big early pressure. Tundra's lineup. With this Chen DK, they can take towers very early.
Yeah, especially with, again, just how big Nightfall is. He'll get this tower, he'll pretty much have the gold for the arm that Mask of Madness 11 minutes. So,
oops, 33.
He's going to TP over into this.
Nice snowball.
Does have backup, and he's able to get the Doom down on the way. They get the punch up. PYW being with the defensive disruption, but Lorinoff, he's ready to jump across, chase down and finish off the Storm Spirit. XM's gone. Tiaming tries for the TP out, doesn't make it away in time. As they get punished heavily there, Xtreme, trying to fight into that area where Tundra, super easy for them to turn up and respond.
And they're going to get PYW as well. The drums, the movement speed, easily catch up to him there. Lorinoff, another kill. That was Xtreme setting the trap.
They went straight in there.
They actually got trapped themselves. XM again going down. He's at 0 galvanized stacks now. After having the first blood in the laning phase, being given this type of scenario, he just gets killed twice, back to back.
Yeah, has to really start respecting how easily Tundra can evidently catch him.
Yeah.
You know, this is not a game where the Storm can sort of dance around in front of them. Somebody's going to get the setup onto you.
Oh, and look at this juicy stack for Nightfall. He's got a triple Ancient that he can start to work on mid. XM will be able to find Saksa. Gonna try for this tower push too as a group. They know Doom's on cooldown. They know that the Dragon form is what was used before too, so trying to get as much as they can with that bit of downtime. Grouped up as 5.
That's a strong push. Tundra won't be interested in stopping.
But Nightfall, he finishes off the stack. The entire Ancients are gone.
It's going to be a really quick arm that Mask of Madness BKB timing against DK.
Probably around that 15-minute mark that we did see a couple of times.
I feel like 17 is kind of the average. If you're getting these 3 items, it's stay close to the 15-minute mark. Fantastic.
And have to mention, right, that's probably also why Saksa wanted to go for Drinking Buddies. That was the other time that I saw the DK when he was playing. It was versus a Gyro in that situation, but his damage was just insane, right? Like, he's got Drinking Buddies. They're probably going to get other buffs, too, that come from the Chen creeps. So his single target damage versus Luna is going to be absolutely insane. Looks like they're going to clean up White Mon's creeps and actually get all of them. But yeah, that single target DPS is going to be pretty crazy, because we even see Whitemon, he goes for Vlad's. So I've seen him do this more than other players, where he doesn't go for the mech just because he wants to enable his cores as much as possible. Alpha Wolf, let's say, Drinking Buddies, plus that, if you throw all these different buffs onto Nightfall, my goodness, this DK is going to shred heroes once he starts getting these items, and he's getting them quick.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So we'll see what Xtreme does look to do to weather that storm. It is a commitment there, so XM, he's gone for the Witchblade, so overall he's more survivable, but the catch for the Ember Spirit is going to be more limited because of it. And Ame, he's going to have a clear separation between him and the DK. 2200 advantage now for Nightfall. And he, as we said, he has the buffs. Ame, he's got a save. He's got the Shadow Demon, but doesn't have the similar style of buffs that's going to be thrown out to him by any means.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I should be able to get the tier 1 top XG.
Yep.
Tundra.
They're setting up for mid.
Yeah, starting to draw towards this mid lane.
Lorinoff has his Mage Slayer finished up to level 10. He's got good timing on it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Time drops fast.
Is under attack.
And there's that Alpha Wolf too. So they're gonna look to just amp up this DK massively.
Dire's top tower
I'm curious to see how much damage he actually ends up having when he has Vlad's Alpha Wolf plus Drinking Buddies. Even at this point in the game, he's gonna be hitting for like over 300 something damage.
Radiant are
Pretty
scanning.
crazy. XG though, with this downtime, they've been able to farm and at least shrink that slight net worth advantage that Tundra did have. They're playing the economy game nicely. Even PYW, they're double stacking the enemy jungle to be able to get that extra farm. Well, it feels like the downtime that has played out here has been pretty beneficial for the side of Xtreme, where Lorinoff, yes, he's got good timing on Mage Slayer, but we see the Storm actually pulls ahead in net worth even though he died twice.
Mate. Still needing a bit more time to start to get ahead as the Luna. A little bit of a slower start for him. It's not terrible, but
no,
you know, we did see the other day his Luna got out of control already at this point.
Yeah, it's gonna be much slower for him this time, it does feel. But his other 2 cores, even though he did see XM die twice, he's recovered beautifully here, and the Shivas, it's already done for XXS. It's actually pretty damn early. So the burst damage If they can find, this is kind of the crucial time that we've talked about a couple of times too with this DK. If they can find him right before he finds the BKB, that'll be pretty huge for him. But it does look like Nightfall will probably be able to finish it before that upcoming fight, which is the ideal for Tundra. Or enough. Has the Remnant set up for bottom. Does get a regen.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They're going to try and go for XXS. They're going to set up the chains.
They've got the Doom.
They drop it down onto him. It's going to be his dead Timber.
What can they connect to look for here? Do they want to go for a straight up tower push onto this tier 2, or are they going to full split up?
Radiant's middle
Looks like at least
tower is
Whitemon and
under
Soxa
attack.
will go for the push in the meantime, just as 2 heroes, but the Glyph is going to push them away. And Lornoff will just go toward top.
Yeah,
Nightfall, his BKB's done. It's coming soon. 200 gold.
Yeah, they can really look to amp up the objective taking around this BKB Dragon Knight.
Tianming is going to walk into everybody.
Well, they were still here, Tundra.
They're going to look to maybe fight, though. They get the Purge onto Lornoff. They've got the control. Is it enough?
He's able to Remnant back to the safety of the team.
Walking into this high ground is
Radiant's
terrifying.
bottom tower is under attack.
Quite a bit committed there. The Demonic Purge plus the Eclipse to go for a kill. Timber's respawning. They want to fight now when there's no Doom active.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Lornoff still toying around with them in the mid.
Fifth poison! Okay, he does have enough to survive. Gotta be careful versus those poisons.
Oh, with these BKBs out, 33.
Radiant's
They've
Also
both
ready
bottom
to just,
tower is under
get in,
attack.
get stuck in these team fights.
Their 5 is much stronger right now on Tundra if they can get those BKBs off. There's no Doom available. XXS is trying to pop this BKB.
So if they can kill him without the Doom, it's still a lot of damage.
It's
Disruption
crazy
has to
damage.
come out. I mean, BKB's there for Nightfall. This is not a fight XG want to be walking into. XXS tries to Timber chain away, but he
Ame's going
misses
down.
the connection. He's gone. Ame to fall.
Raid boss DK.
This was not the fight at all for XG.
And even XM gets brought down in a heartbeat. Look at the buffs. Look at this DK. Literal raid boss. He's sitting well over 300 damage.
They did not respect the BKB being up and ready for Nightfall. I mean, 33 had as well. Didn't even need to use his.
No. I think XXS was like, yeah, I can run in. I don't have to worry about it. There's no Doom.
Yeah,
But
he's not doing that
physical-
again.
I look at the damage that he took just from the DK. He took 1,200 physical from the DK himself. So just Nightfall dishing out the majority of the damage, and we could see it kind of building up to that point. All these buffs being thrown onto him.
Radiant's
He just
bottom
eviscerates
tower
heroes. He
is
hit
under
Ame like
attack.
2-3 times, and it just chunked him. Every single one of those hits. A 9K lead. That fight in particular has exploded Tundra into a very comfortable spot in this game now.
It really has. It's very difficult for the Luna to catch back up or close that gap after a sort of sequence of events as such.
And it's, oh, he misses the neutral creep.
We're seeing some Timber chains being missed, some hook shots being missed.
That wasn't
Steal
even...
shots, they're not there at the moment for XG.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't even close.
Got it.
Whoopsie. Ends up whiffing that one. And it was XG picking the fight, like we said, because Doom was on
they
cooldown.
absolutely signed up.
They really wanted to try for it, and
Oh no.
oh, we're gonna do him like this. Don't do Tianming.
How far was he off?
He was pretty
Not far off. I mean, some other camps are a little bit further north, right, than the Hellbear's
Sure.
thing, but
If it's like a troll camp.
probably not that far north.
No. But Tundra, off of that, they get a successful team fight without even having to have the Doom. They can immediately go to the Roche. It dies in a heartbeat, and they'll have Doom for the upcoming fight.
Yep.
XG. These next 10 minutes feel very complicated for them.
It's going to be difficult, yeah. Tundra just walk down a lane and as you say, Doom. Honestly, anybody. Cores. Yeah, if they Doom any core, they'll win the team.
Yeah, they don't even need to Doom the Timber Saw by any means, as we see there. Nightfall, he's got the deeps.
Dire's bottom
And I'm also
tower
wondering,
is
why.
under
I mean,
attack.
yes, I know teams are, the Tusks in particular,
Yep.
a lot more are playing around the tag team just for the laning phase. But when I'm seeing these like super carries getting drinking buddied, like goodness gracious, the damage that they deal, it is insane.
I mean, how much did he get nerfed since TI?
It was the movement speed. It went
It's
from
just that.
it was a flat 25% at all 25% for 6 seconds at all levels. Now it's 10% scaling up to 25 per level you put in.
Okay, so ultimately, yeah.
After the
is
lane, it
enough,
becomes
but
better.
It's not like a crazy nerf.
No. So I mean, it looks fantastic when you're playing with something like DK. And bottom,
33's just able to walk up and doom him.
I think he blinked.
He did.
He blinked on it.
He had the blink stop, but still, XM's got to be a bit more cautious.
I think they're feeling kind of desperate.
It was indeed probably the blink reveal as well, right?
Yeah,
he
it
didn't
was.
have it before that play, so
I think also they're just...
he's getting caught. Laura XM, he's up 2-4-1.
He is.
Not having a great time after having such a spectacular game one on his puck.
I think they felt that they were stronger when they ran into trying to fight versus that Tundra without Doom, and then afterwards I think they're like, uh-oh. We are in a tough spot. We're in a really hard spot in this game. Lornoff. Can he do another slide steal? Ooh, he tries.
Was not a nice try there.
Nice attempt.
Definitely was close to being able to get that click.
Yep. And they'll be able to get themselves their Tormentor. Lornoff actually gets the injection of gold too, a nice one.
They still got 3 minutes on this Aegis. They can, I mean, mid, obviously this, the appealing target, that's still where the final tier 2 stands.
And Nightfall's just, he's huge, Owen.
He's just so far ahead.
He's absolutely huge.
It's one of those situations where this Luna will continue to get killed in like 4 shots in a team fight.
Yeah. This is even before he has crit.
Disparity of farm.
Yeah. He hasn't even had to go for the crit. He went for S&Y. He just wants to go for more of this. Just more stats. He doesn't need more damage straight up, right? Sure, he's going to go the Daedalus next.
He's going to get buffed.
He can just go for all these. He has so many buffs. Literal raid boss. And more of these buffs are going to start coming out. More of these auras in particular. Whitemon, his mech is done. He's going to go for Greaves afterwards. Shivas is finished for Lornoff. This game could end pretty soon. I think Tundra can force the issue. I don't see a way that XG can win team fights.
It does feel like they're a little too far behind.
And with the Chen, with the DK, with Aegis, you can absolutely force high ground.
Ah,
and they find Ame.
He's in with a jump. They don't quite get the follow-up. Still pushing Ame back to the high ground and forcing the rest of XG to be there to back him up. Gives the space for Tundra to bring in the mid lane.
Yep, they've got Dragon Form up in 10 seconds. They'll play it safe. They'll just take the tier 2 first, but I really feel like they can just start poking onto that high ground. Well, just continue checking the DK, looking at all the buffs he receives in these fights right now. As you see, he's got the Cloak Aura, so reduced magic damage. He's got Alpha Wolf, increased damage, and that, yeah, the buffs that are going to come as well from the Tusk will come into play. What do you do, XG? How do you stop this push? Look at his damage, plus 344. He's hitting for over 500.
Trying to get him off the tower. It's working for now. Illusions he's having to deal with first, but now he's ready to get the push back on. Fortification is there. Xtreme, where's the jump? What's the plan?
How do you push him off this tower? You're gonna start getting some poison stacks, so he will reset for a moment here. Looks like they'll actually back away. So maybe just picking up Nightfall's next item. They did force all of Xtreme back to the base. Still looks like they want to be efficient, but they're still hanging around the area.
Yeah, still got a bit of time there for the Dragon Form, so could go in once more.
I don't imagine they leave this area. Lornoff can deal with the side lane. He can push bottom in as much as possible, and his team can just linger around the triangle and prevent the Luna from getting that extra farm.
Yeah, they don't want to let XG get out.
Yeah, it's a great contained plan that's coming out here from Tundra on top of just getting this crazy scaling. Level 18, now hit for the DK. Small crit, it's arrived. I wonder how big these crits are going to be. With every single buff that he's been given. And for Ame, he's just so far behind in comparison. And next time he's found again. He's got BKB.
Ah, that's rough.
He might die through it. Yeah, he will.
He will. I mean, that was even with 33 missing the stomp. XM just not able to react in time.
We're going to get 3. Tundra, ready to break the high ground. 15 seconds still left on this Aegis. Success. He'll poke them. Nightfall. Said still has Aegis.
The punch up. Trina was able to cancel the Timber Chain.
This gets reclaimed. Nightfall. He's got BKB at the ready.
I mean, they
Eclipse
just
gets thrown out.
Timber, and now they're ready to maybe turn towards Ame and put the Eclipse, but the BKBs are out from Tundra.
Ame has to be so careful. They catch Nightfall, but he gets dragged out immediately from the drinking buddies.
Nice buyback from XM. Not able to get the connection with the Bull Lightning. Tundra, they'll back off a little bit.
It's quite a bit committed there from XG with that buyback. Tundra's got Greaves up again in 10 seconds. Saxa just trapped Ame. Do they have the further jump?
Nightfall.
Thinking about it.
Can't quite reach over the cogs and get him.
Straight back toward bottom. They're healthy again. And that was a buyback from the Storm to try to go for this desperate play to find the DK once he was on the high ground. But yeah, Drinking Buddies instantly pulls him into a more comfortable position. They back up, they reset. And by reset, I mean they're actually going to the outpost because they have a ward that's seeing Ame outside the base. They're already flanking behind him.
Radiant are scattered.
Is the rest of the team going to be able to connect and help him?
Ame, he's gone. And he's dead. He was trying to do his little, I've seen him do this almost every game, where he runs with his illusion and he sends another one to kind of bait them. They didn't fall for the bait. They know which one is real. Tianming, this time he'll land the hook shot to save himself. But they're getting nothing, Owen. I don't even remember the last time they got a kill.
Yeah, Daedalus is now done on Nightfall.
When was the last time they got a kill? It's been 14 minutes or so since they found a kill at the Soxa earlier. That's Tundra to the high ground. Nightfall. Let's see the damage. 1, 2, 3, 1,300 crits.
It's a big old Dragon Knight. As this game, it's been over for quite some time.
It has been.
It's a quick one. You know, it's this, what, 26 minutes in, Tundra taking the base.
I mean, beautifully enabled. Look at plus 499, Owen. This is insane damage.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
Trying to break records for the damage that a DK has in the early game. Probably has hit that damage limit. Even the rally creeps, even the skeletons amping him up more. Ame.
He's going to get caught. They get the Houst on the defensive disruption coming out. XM's in with the BKB, but still taking so much damage through it. He's got to be careful, and he's used pretty much all the mana. Has to sit back to the fountain.
Nightfall's untouchable.
Success is coming with a buyback, you know, same as POIW. And they still can't do anything at all, really.
Everyone's full HP. Well, not 33, but almost everybody's full HP. Tundra taking little to no damage. Ame.
They've caught him. The shards have trapped him. Another defensive destruction will come out, but the snowball over towards XM's there. XXS gone a second time. Ame goes down. They've run out of buybacks, and this game is over. GG is called. We will be going, surprise or not so much of a surprise, in the next G series to a game free fog.
Yep. Tundra completely fixed their draft this time around. It looked beautiful. The Chen pick in particular for me. So they'd have to win this one.
They gotta win this one.
XM, he busts out a sniper in this type of game that he needs to go for the win. They have a very strong scaling lineup. If they can get to later stages, you can tell like the high ground defense is there. Their global threat is there. It's a cool approach from XG. Tundra, they want to kick up the pace. They want to play fast. But they've got to play it clean. They do not want to bring the number. They need to bring the numbers because otherwise you're going to get outnumbered in a lot of the team fights. And let's see how they're going to execute. Again, going for the Lauren off Ember Spirit this time around. Some limited disables in particular, but not as easy as an Ember game as that last time by any means, because also that lane that he has to play versus at Nightfall will get the stun, and they should have PYW. 33's here.
Yeah.
Another soul assumption.
All the time.
Money, money. I don't think they expected him to be there, though. It's pretty unexpected when you do see that, but it is Tundra, so 33 loves to play this way, where he joins in, even potentially sits as a tri-lane. I think he may actually stay up here to look for another kill. Soxa will attempt for a bit of a body block to get the creep wave under the tower. I think 33 stays top for another go. It looks like he is going to do so.
Let's see how ready they are for this.
We've seen him do this a lot. That's why I was kind of figuring he might actually try for it. Because overall their lane, it's a DK Phoenix. Sometimes the Phoenix can't provide the best stuff, but if they can get another kill, it would be massive.
Let's have a look.
Let's see what they go for. Gotta go for XXS. That's one soul assumption. Get the secondary one off. It's close, but he'll live.
Land some spirit.
Can he get the third one? Can't quite.
Get the kill, but still pretty sad times there for XXS.
Absolutely.
Very low HP.
Yeah, they'll have to get a ton of regen to be able to reset, and he's still lingering down here. Or up here, sorry. Sox is doing weird creep manipulation bottom. They're just giving this a full free start for the DK. Tri-lanes are back on the menu, ladies and gentlemen.
With your off-laner and carry in the same one.
All right, he's going to leave now, but okay. Gets a decent chunk. I mean, they've hit level 2 already on the DK, so. Also, Visage soon to be getting that DK, or getting that level 2 as well. And yeah, they've got this kind of decent lane position for him too, and getting aggro on Ame immediately. 33 now. May have stepped a bit too far. Who's going to die first? It's 33.
Going down. Saxon will be able to bring down Ame with him, and at the same time, they do lose XXS top.
But Owen, he's got to walk. 33 did TP down there.
Oh, that is
so.
That's
a little awkward. Although he gets these kills, yeah, he's gonna have to walk all the way down. So he's gonna be level 1. So Soxa, he's dragging the creep wave though, so he's getting that XP for him.
And meanwhile, up top.
Yeah. Guess he just stepped up too far. Didn't expect the damage that comes out from the two of them there. Okay, creep waves will connect. Soxa actually gets trapped. That's an interesting start to the game. And also to point out, Tianming, I guess he saw Soxa having such success on the drinking buddies. He's like, I can do drinking buddies too. I can buff up Ame. I can buff up my Cardell, my sniper. Speaking of the sniper lane, it's going to be a very good one for him, right? XM, he's got this advantage lane. That's why we were a bit curious to see why Lornoff. I know it's one of his most comfortable heroes, but him choosing this matchup versus the sniper, it is a hard one. Let's see if they can secure the levels in particular for 33, because he has 2 CS on him.
Maybe time to make Sax to the core down there. You know what I mean?
I don't think you want to do that.
I guess not.
No.
So yeah, it's a couple of supports kind of chilling down there for now.
Yep.
33 is going to have to make quite the comeback.
And they've got a ton of regen to be able to keep Ame pushed up on health. And as they were mentioning on the panel, I like the little point that Jenkins was making. This Nature's Prophet pick can do some interesting stuff, as even if you do get Soul Assumption spammed, you're going to have teleport. You can just TP reset in some situations to just come back to the lane.
Yeah.
They're going to try for this side pull. It's a triple range creep, so Tundra really does not want to let them go for this, but Soxa take a bit of damage. Can you keep the range creep off of this pull?
I guess the good news for 33 is obviously that on the other side of the map, XXS is
also
he's having just as rough a time in this lane.
Absolutely. That is the trade-off that he went for with him starting in the top lane.
So just both offlaners. And I guess the question then is, out of these 2 offlaners, who is it less painful to have this such a start? You know, the Visage or the Dawn getting slowed down early? Who does it kind of suck for more?
I feel like the Visage, to be honest with you. I feel like Dawn a lot of times can still just contribute a lot, just because your skills do. I mean, actually, they both do a ton of damage, so I don't know. Maybe it's kind of equivalent. Can't really say for certain which one it's actually worse for. Visage, usually when he has a bit of a rough start, the game can be very slow, and you don't get that extra gold that you usually want to thrive off of, so maybe slightly worse for 33, but we'll see how it all ends up going down. XXS, he's got the stick, we'll be able to survive, but a commit from Whitemon does actually secure the kill.
Very nicely done there. Seems some good stuff from Whitemon on his Phoenix this tournament.
Has been killed.
A lot of these Phoenixes in particular, right? We've seen some really good games on this hero. I've actually seen more and more people spamming him. Ame, he gets caught in the cogs. He gets drinking buddies out. Second Soul Assumption drops him down to 10 HP. The tango that he had running actually saves him. They've got a salve to be able to reset too. That's probably why he also went for the drinking buddies playing versus the Clockwork. We used to see that one so much more in the past. Now we're going to be seeing it in a lot of these games. But yeah, mid lane, it's that big separation. 31-9 to the 22-1. Lornoff is going to be pushed to the jungle a bit here. XM, he's going to have a super solid start as the sniper. 33 again. Constant action down here.
Got the snowball in on towards him. They'll get him this time.
That was a nice attack range there from Tianming to get that connection onto 33.
Saxon, he's got to be careful.
He's sticking himself very low. He just doesn't want them to drag the creep wave. They continue just not wanting to let these pulls happen.
Whitemon's coming in with a rotation.
As 33s are spawning.
So thinking
Gonna
up
go.
top of Arme, there's the dive forward. Whitemon trying to do his best to rectify this bottom lane for Tundra. They'll be able to trap and kill Tianming likely.
They've got rotations.
I mean, it's Tianming, but the Snowball's got anything outside of it. He'll be able to pull himself to the side, tries to run with the Soul Assumption, will find him.
Trade kills they're trying for. 33 again getting caught.
He's gone. And that was as soon as he returns to the lane right, so he's
Again.
out of the lane again without TP.
And Ame considering a TP to maybe look for Soxa, but can't quite find the angle. I feel like it's much worse for 33 now as it continues. His gold is good though.
It's still
That's
such
the
a
crazy
slow
thing.
start for XXS.
It is.
But
I don't know, that's so many deaths now for him. I just think, yeah, that this whole assumption kills just make it look so much better because of the gold he's able to acquire though. But maybe it isn't that bad. I mean, we'll have to see as it progresses. As again, XXS, he's getting ran down. It should happen. An interesting game.
Yes.
A very interesting start to
I feel like not often you see one where both offlaners are getting crushed as hard as they are. Mid lane.
mid lane, XM.
Yeah, rotation comes in for Tianming to help out.
He was
punishing before he's level 6.
Look at his XP. Let's click on Lornoff really quickly here. Sorry, wrong one. Yeah, there you go.
Just that close.
Oh, yo, 11 XP from grabbing it. He tried to get that last XP from the creep, but as you see, these denies, they do really start to add up. It's 15
It's the
denies
tower
on
gone.
XM.
Look at this,
It's a
7
full
minutes
tower.
in. This tower's going down. The XM sniper.
It's one of the best, if not the best, that we've seen. Him having a free start definitely proves to be very nice there for XG, as they have a very strong scaling lineup. Lornoff very shut down now at this point. Wisdom runes will be a 1-for-1 exchange. Soxa can't catch up to the 50 speedy.
careful, because XM's coming with rotation bottom.
Oh, 33. He could just be dead here. Shrapnels.
Uh-oh. Well, he's going to be dead again. Then we get the snowball there towards Saxa. Cogs are down, so it makes it a little awkward for them to chase this.
Oh, and they're getting towers really early. Another one falls.
2 tier 1, 7 minutes in. That's pretty unheard of in this patch run. We don't see, maybe 1, but 2 towers taking this early.
And they have Nature's Prophet, so they can continue to do that. As top, they're going to go for XXS again. He should be more than fine, but the tower is going to take a beating. It should survive, though, off of the push, as Lorinov is going to try to do creep-skipping mechanics onto the mid lane just to try to get some extra farm, since he can't just lane straight up versus that sniper, but they're stalking him right now. He'll be able to jump away as a remnant.
Whitemon's pretty deep. Hard to catch, though. Has the dive available.
They're buffing up XM.
He's trying to chase.
Can't quite get. Nightfall has to back away. He's low mana, too. But he's going to get pushed away from that hard camp. Ame. Sox is trying to go for him, but who's going for who now? Yes, Ame gets the trap.
Can't do this on his own, Saxa.
He'll farm the cogs. Get a couple extra one there. I mean, Ame's lane, it's pretty good, right? He's playing versus the Tundra Classic, where they try to shut down the carry with this Visage, and he's not shut down at all. He's actually top net worth. And it's actually 33 who's still struggling to find that XP. He's still 5. XXS has actually found the 6. So try to kill him again. If you have enough, he's pretty healthy. Lornov's coming in.
Nice chains. Beautiful chains indeed, straight onto the 3 of them. The cogs will get thrown down, and they have to save
the Guardian.
They're turning it.
Oh, baby.
And now Arme's into the fight. They've found the 3 of them. They're going to get the
losing
clean
everyone.
Like this. 33's trying to run. Assassinate's going to finish him off. They've got the control on a Nightfall. At this, it's going to be a team wipe by Xtreme.
Man.
What a
XM.
fight. What
they lose nobody.
Around. I mean, it starts sort of with this swing across from Lorinov. Gets what, this 3-man's chain set up. But then everybody just back up that little bit, XXS, so we can get the Solar Guardian off to come back in and turn it around.
XM, beautiful snowball there from Tianming, and they just delete Lorinov in a heartbeat there. It's literally 5 heroes dropped for 0. You couldn't ask for a better start here for Xtreme, with the lineup that scales very hard with this Nature's Prophet, with the sniper. 33, he's still not level 6.
5 deaths. I mean, he knows it. This is not his game, Fogged.
No. And again,
this is a rough one for 33.
Another tower, Owen. That's 3 claimed pre-10 minutes with this draft. Ooh, the snipe off the mark there from PYW. Might still have enough for Saxa. The drinking buddies damage.
They do.
They've got him.
XM.
He's off.
He's balling out of control.
Maelstrom's already done 2 for the Nature's Prophet. They get the global vision from that Dawn as well. I think they may have actually seen Whitemon walking in and placing this ward with that. I think this is even better than they could have asked for with this draft, because they are a draft that scales super hard, but they've gotten such a good start where they have this massive gold lead. Even the Dawnbreaker, who is shut down, is now in a pretty okay spot because the supports are very rich for them.
And I think we are seeing, just the difference between the Visage and the Dawn in just what you can do with this kind of slowed down early game run.
Because as a Visage, the problem is that you're incredibly fragile once you... If you fall behind in the early game, you're super fragile. Dawnbreaker, your stat game is super nice. You have 56 strength. Even at this point, even though you've been shut down in terms of gold, you're still very tanky. It takes some time to bring you down. This is a dream. It's so early to have this type of gold lead, and still level 5
and on
33. And Sox is only level 4 too. These supports, we saw PYW, he's level 7. Birds are now online, so 33 will be able to start getting some recovery, but so much damage done, and it's constant global threat from the side of Xtreme Gaming. If somebody shows, and if Tundra's not ready for the movement before it happens, they're gonna get outnumbered. TPing 1 by 1 could be disastrous if they're not really ready for it.
He's gonna dodge this.
Oh my god.
Only just. Ame's been found. TP's coming
back
back to try and help him. The Solar Guardian comes in. They're going to be able to save Ame. The Supernova's down.
Snowball.
The Snowball comes in to help dodge the Sleight of Fist. Lorinov, he's got to jump out with the Remnants. I mean, he's still sort of dancing around.
He's trying to finish off Ame, but he might... Okay, he'll be able to get out of it.
He's got the haste in here to help him.
They can't finish Ame.
They can't. I mean, they find a chance with the 3 of them. They find a chance to get on top of him alone. They couldn't do it in time.
No, they still don't even look at the levels on Saxa. He's level 4 on this Clockwork too. So that little bit, I mean, he's so under level that his damage is quite pathetic on this Clockwork too. They get there in time to save again. Tianming at the ready. They've got the Snowball. They've got Drinking Buddies. They've got the heal from the Dawn.
Oh no, it's got to be careful. There's a lot of damage that XM can do during a punch-up.
Trying to bait the illusion or a slight. Set up again for Ame.
They really want Ame.
There's no Solar Guardian.
Yeah, and TPs, I think the situation might not be great.
They're coming back up in 15 seconds. Can they get on top of him, though? No, he sees them.
Yeah, he's aware.
Yeah, this is a dream start here for Xtreme. Ame looking to have good timing and also making the move. Saksa still level 5.
Bushwhack. Not going to be there in time.
Connect. This time Saksa lives. But constant aggression that's coming out from them, and Solar Guardian, yeah, 30 seconds is going to be back up. And this overall is a game where Nightfall, he does not have those buffs, right? This is not one where he has the Chen, he has the drinking buddies. This is just a DK. This is an honest DK, we'll call it. It's just him that's going to be getting that damage. Well, Ame this time around and XM will be getting tons of different buffs from the drinking buddies and from the Solar Guardian to amp. A nice stack that Nightfall will be able to work on here.
Feels that he has to get involved much sooner this game, going for the Ame blink rather than this Mask of Madness BKB progression that we're starting to see most carries prefer as the DK.
He's playing versus Sniper, so always having a blink dagger is way more valuable just to close the gap and get on top of him. Let's move bottom. They're wrapping around. They saw Whitemon. They want to get a bigger target. Scan comes out. We'll catch on to Nightfall, but he's got the blink. He'll be able to reset away. Wisdom Rune could be one they look to contest. They're pinging it out. Tianming, he's charging in. They're bringing the squad. Lornoff even turning up. Tundra really don't want to give up this rune. And next year they'll respect that. They'll back away. Saksa. He'd be able to disengage himself out of here. PYW's looking to catch him.
Nice to have him there, Ame.
He's got the tusk. He's got
Ame. Ready to come over and get involved. An attempted hook shot to the side.
Lotus.
It's gonna save him.
He's gonna live.
All right, he's away.
Sneaky play. Space made. Tons of space. And now they were trying to set up for XM. Can't quite find him in bottom. Mjolnir's finished up. Still XG with that gold lead, but Tundra getting some space on the map with these small movements. And looking to swing top to surround, but Saksa, he's been found this time around. Ame, TPs are coming in.
Ame's got backup though.
He does.
Whitemon
has to be careful.
He has to be very, very careful. He's got Nightfall coming in to help him out. They'll use the Supernova. Solar Guardian's coming out the snowball step, but Ame is very low. I'll be able to dodge the stun from the Supernova.
Nice.
The chains come out. This time Xtreme, they went a little too deep. Tundra easily able to turn up around the tier 2 and clean up all 3 of them.
I guess Ame just really wanted to kill Saksa.
He wanted Saksa.
Super deep, but not worth it by any means as Tundra now have equalized things.
Yeah, that's quite the old school throw, that one.
Yep, and the Solar Guardian used too, so XXS, he delivers them an extra kill as well, trying to all bail Ame out of that dangerous position. Tundra, that was rough. They're fully back. And 33 now completely back as well too. His net worth's good and his levels are now good after that, those few moves.
He's making an incredible recovery. Yeah. You just got to think back at indeed how many times they were able to get him in that early game.
Is this a solo kill?
PYW. Oh, they got him.
They do. A solo kill there from Whitemon. Level 9 now on the support. Huge moves in these last few months. I think they got, what, 5 sequence kills in a row? Because I think it was 14-5, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and then they had like this 4K lead Xtreme. Yep. It's gone now.
It's fully gone. Nightfall was able to farm the stack. He was able to get involved with the blink. And yeah, 33. He's back into a comfortable spot. Jump forward.
XM's here to cover him. In terms of Saksa, but the hook shot's there. Assassinate.
Just enough.
Just enough.
Oh, and a DD. XM is still having an insane performance. He is 8-0-3 as the sniper.
And they're moving over towards Nightfall. Between the two of them, they can have a solid shot at this because of how much damage XM's going to be able to pump out.
Oh yeah, he's going down.
There we go. The controls there from Tianming. Ame joins for the fight as well. He'll take the kill.
As long as they're not diving tier 2s, as we saw, they are very strong to be able to find these extra kills. They have so much damage and they're dropping. Oh, and there's no glyph. I guess they actually did use it in top, so XG trying to take advantage of that. It's an instant tower. Right, this game is a treat. Just watch those 16-10, constant aggression from both sides, but Tundra they're trying to match it. It's just the question is, are they going to be able to scale? Even though I'm talking about 33 as he's made that recovery, it is a super strong scaling draft from XG, and XM just continue to have this pretty much free game on the sniper. The double Mjolnirs will be coming out soon.
Throughout it all, though, XXS still falling behind on the farm. This is not a very rich Dawnbreaker at all.
Yeah, I was wondering if he was going to do the route that he did the other day where he went just pretty much full about the team. I think it was him who went the Aghanims, the Vessel into Ags. Certain players have different approaches. I know we saw like Amar talking about how he always likes to scale as an offlaner. XXS, he's fine to take the back foot in some situations. But this time around, it doesn't look like he wants to. He wants to keep getting progression. There's a smoke, Tundra. Looking to get the catch, and they probably want XM. If they can get that gold bounty from him, it would be nice, but it's not the easiest to go for. Solar Guardians at the ready. They have the snowball saves constantly.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Atos is done now as well for PYW, so extra catch for Lorinov. Inching up. Dodges the Atos.
And it's over the Dragon Tail. Damage coming out for XM. Sax is able to get the hook shot. They manage to catch the sniper, but the backup's in with the Solar Guardian. They try and turn towards the egg. Can they kill it in time? They can. They'll be able to destroy the Supernova. Now they can turn and pick up some more kills as PYW and XM look towards Lorinov, but he's able to ram them back to safety.
The birds
look to kill up the familiars. Look, one of them.
Snipe.
Not enough to kill him.
Nice dodge. They got the connection onto XM, but he's got too much backup, Owen. Every time, the egg comes right on top of his face, but it ends up just being in a pretty decent scenario for them to just hit it.
It was close. The egg
though.
Nearly popped successfully.
Nightfall wants to go for his Ancients, but those will be denied away there from Ame. I mean, that's a nice TP from Ame. Just like these, it's kind of risky in some type of way, but he steals away farm, and they're actually possessing the triangle as well, versus the DK preventing him from getting that extra bit.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Stone, now they're back up to this 3K lead. Double Mjolnirs at the ready. XM still yet to die. They have these two super carries in particular. Another catch, Saksa. They're gonna go for Ame.
TP's coming in. Got backup. He's able to get the sprout off Ame.
Is he gonna live? He's actually gonna survive?
They couldn't finish it.
40 HP. He just stands his ground and hits them. With the Mjolnir active, the static charge buff on him.
That's the boost of bearing recipe as well, getting sniped on the courier. 33's not going to have that.
Every little thing mattering there for Ame. Yeah, literally 40 HP that he's able to survive with. And he can join bottom now. They're looking for the aggressive move. 33.
They found him.
He's dead. Next time.
Lorinov's trying to jump him, but XM's just standing there and shooting him in the face.
And he's buffed up. Whitemon, he'll finish him
die,
off.
XM, but Ame's getting the cleanup.
Yep.
That's a lot of money. Who got the gold for that?
It's Whitemon.
XM is Whitemon, so he's going to get quite the boost up in gold.
Not the ideal. Of course, they want to be able to get it onto one of these cores. Phoenix, not the worst case scenario by any means. It's not like a clockwork took the kill, but Ame. Is he going to be able to find Nightfall here? PYW's here to connect.
Just to keep him controlled into the pushback. It's another one for Ame. They're back on track with this lead now. Once again, XG 7K advantage.
Great TPs. I mean, very aggressive plays from Ame, but yeah, high risk, high reward as he finds the catch there. And bottom tower, it's down to 400 HP. They can finish this one off. Ame is now huge. They have these like two super carries. So one of them is going to get that trade-off if the other one does go down, as it's Ame. 7, 2, and 11 getting very involved.
Yeah.
With Roche.
With how far ahead they are, even if they get the jump on them. Yeah, sure, they got XM in the last one, but sometimes they don't even get the kill. No. And they're throwing everything they can at these cores, but they're just that far ahead. And next time round, next fight, one of them's going to have an Aegis. And
Ame has a BKB for the next fight too, so much harder for them to bring him down, as
pretty much
majority of their damage is magic damage. Yeah, Dragonlance also finished up. These items are going to make a big difference as well too for the side of XG at this point, because right now it's a bit greedy how they've gone for the Mjolnirs, but it's the standard build that you always want to have because it's just the best build you can do. And then once they start getting more defensive tools, that damage for Tundra is going to become more and more difficult. Nightfall, he's kind of sacrificed himself a bit to go for this Blink Dagger to try to help the team, but it's actually hurt him quite a bit.
It's slowed down his farm a lot. Yeah, not being able to get the kind of Master Madness into BKB.
I don't blame him for it, though.
Sure.
With the way that the early game was going,
they had to try for the chances of jumping XM and slowing down his game before he got out of control.
He still, I mean, he needs this Blink this game when he's playing versus the NP and the Sniper. But a smoke on smoke, XG, they have the Aegis advantage. They have this BKB, this massive Nature's Prophet. Can they catch the Dawn?
This is definitely the easier kill of the cores to go for. They'll get him.
Good move. And they should be able to get this tower off of it as well. That's the BKB for Nightfall.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Can probably connect to top. Oh, top tower is actually like one attack, so they can finish that one off.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And he does have his BKB finished. But as we said, it's an honest DK. The buffs, they won't be there. While this sniper, this Nature's Prophet, they will constantly get buffed up. Ame looking to fight with this Aegis.
Yeah, he's straight in. I mean, he's got the rest of the team wrapping around to help him out. Got BKB as well. I mean, Tundra have to be careful how they dive this. Backup's coming in for Ame.
He's trying to go for the bait. Tormentor will be the choice from Tundra.
Oh, okay.
But XG's in the area.
See if they can take. Okay, they can take it pretty easily, but 33 is going to die for
And
this.
they punch Nightfall.
And
They get the connection.
They stopped the BKB TP.
That was... Okay.
I mean, I guess they got the Tormentor.
They did, but they're going to lose so much out of it.
Bad stuff was going to happen as soon as they finished it.
Oh, and he actually got the shard on Nightfall, which is probably one of the worst ones they could have gotten. I guess they already had it picked up on majority of the other ones, but... That does not feel worth it at all.
Yeah.
You take the Tormentor, but yeah, you give a huge influx of gold and XP to the enemy lineup.
And they can get back on with the push and maybe look towards the tier 2 top. So continuing to be on track, 23 minutes in.
I'm surprised
And on the verge taking their final tier 2 tower.
I'm actually so surprised that they just feel committed for that. You know you're going to end up losing heroes. I guess they thought that Nightfall was going to be able to get the BKB TP out, but Tianming was very fast with the snowball punch play. Tier 2.
Going on back up, Tundra. Or enough. Tries to hold the tower alone.
He's got to be so careful how he does that. We'll back away.
Ame.
First Saksa.
He's found him. Saxa
He'll have this.
can't escape. Surely. Maybe he can.
Tower has fallen.
How does he keep getting out of these? Oh, he won't this time. Hoodwink's here.
There we go. So all the outer towers taken now. Tier 2s are gone for Tundra.
And they can keep things shoved in very easily with the Nature's Prophet, constantly spamming ult. And he's going down the build that we've seen to deal with the high armor heroes. The similar build pretty much every time on this NP. He's going Witchblade. He can eventually go for the Parasma and the eventual Revenant's Brooch if he does get to that point. It counters the DK completely.
Yes, bounty.
He's so farmed, Owen. 6,000 ahead.
Some of these games, Ame just does this.
He really does. And barely dies, too. Even though they're getting on top of him in multiple different scenarios, he's only got 2 deaths. And Tundra, the purpose of them having this type of draft, right, whenever they go for their Visage, is to try to shut down that safe laner. But with the way the whole thing started, it just... Yeah, it wasn't going to happen with 33 having that rough start. And they're smoked. They're looking for another play. They've got the Solar Guardian at the ready. How long still on the Aegis? Still 60 seconds. They're looking for Nightfall.
Ame's in.
Can't quite catch him. He actually gets the Sprout connection. That was pretty far. Lauren off.
He walks into this. They catch him with the root immediately. They need to try and save him. Hook shot forward. Can they bail him out? They can. They'll be able to get the kill onto Tianming. But the Solar Guardian comes in from XXS. Gets the hammer down over towards 33. 33 buys some safety here with the Stone Form. But XXS, he's just waiting. Standing on top of him. Lauren, he's been caught in the Sprout. He has to be very careful here how low he is. The Supernova will go off successfully, getting the stun over towards XXS.
Nightfall.
But it won't protect 33. 33's out.
Nightfall almost gets brought down too on the high ground. Drops to like 200 HP. Has to toggle.
To buy back here on Saxa as well.
Ooh. Guess he thought they were going to keep chasing forward for the kill there, but... Wasted buyback. And an egg to try to defend the Visage ends up being used.
Saxa.
Get nothing, really.
So trying to chase out here, but no way to really catch them in the mid.
Nightfall.
That's the BKB. He's going
Ame.
to try and turn towards Ame, but Ame's got his own BKB ready to pop. Saxa has caught XXS in the cogs. On top of them with the batteries, so XXS trying to drag his way out, but the chains are there. The pull him to the side, the snowball save. It comes in.
XM is peeping.
And Ame's getting in a position to also be able to lay down the damage. Whitemon's able to dive away just in
These
time.
shards.
They've caught Nightfall. He's gone for 50 seconds.
The constant aggression from XG. Tundra's just not ready to handle it. They're trying to look for the fight, but XG's still in the area. They're still healthy.
To the high ground they go.
Oh, they have got Glyph. They're going to have to use it.
Or enough.
They don't use it. They're going to, I guess, save it for the... They're scared of the continued push, but... That is a huge hit again from XG. Beautiful shards. Nightfall continuing to try to look for his access into the fights, but XG's just still healthy.
Yeah.
They were still just all in the area. They're playing these fights beautifully. XM is getting, he's getting to peep. Yeah, XXS, he's being the sacrifice, but that's his job this game.
He's got BKB, and he can go for the TP out. The damage, they
do.
So the damage will be there to take him down.
Pretty decent kill. But over and over again, it's him who's the sacrifice. He's tanking quite a bit of these spells, allowing his Nature's Prophet and his Sniper to stay in the backlines. XM still just has the one death.
I'm not opposed to taking the occasion.
And now he is going for the BKB. And
But
more
look,
buff
these
ups.
auras, yeah.
They're starting to get more.
Got the Greaves and the Vlads now online for XG between the two supports.
After they already have the Solar Crest on Tianming on top of Drinking Buddy. So yeah, just looking to enable these two heavy right clickers more and more. Ame, he's hit 20. So Sprout, it has this leash now as well that Lorinov has to be cautious of. He does not have BKB.
Does he want to go for a Wisdom Rune still?
He's done it before in quite a bit of their games. But probably with how farmed he is, I don't think he wants to.
Yeah.
He's playing into the clock also, right? So if he does TP over there,
Yeah,
has to be careful.
Able to secure it.
TP
He's thinking
right
about
on top
TP in
of
for
Phoenix.
Whitemon.
Whitemon, is he going to be able to get out of this?
He's
Looking
leashed.
difficult.
Nowhere to run. Does he want to pop the A? Probably not. He'll accept his fate.
He needs to save Egg. He's dead for 50 seconds. XM looking for another kill. Ghost Scepter. Will protect Saksa. Actually, just playing so fast. And we're seeing that global threat constantly putting the pressure onto Tundra.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely seeing why some teams, they don't let Xtreme have the chance to get that last pick sniper in a draft.
No, I mean, XM, he still just has literally a free game. He's been dominating. And honestly, as we said for Ame overall, when he's playing these normal carries, he just looks so much better. 9-2 and 16. He's having an excellent game on this Nature's Prophet again. Still continuing to be that top net worth by a huge margin. Starting to consider maybe tapping the high ground. And it's cool that Tianming has felt like he doesn't need the Blink Dagger this game, right? Since he's been able to go this Vlad to the Solar Crest. He's going to queue the Blink afterwards on the Tusk, but he's been able to get the saves even without it. So the wave's getting shoved in. Nightfall falling further and further behind. They've occupied, I feel like they've occupied this triangle for what feels like 10 minutes almost now on the side of XG, just not allowing Tundra to get out here and get that extra bit of farm. And the economy game is really playing into their hands, 13k lead. And they always can join with the next two, right? These three can play as a unit. Nature's Prophet can farm elsewhere, and Dawn can farm elsewhere. This global strategy is it's pretty beautiful. And it's tough for, usually when you're playing versus these type of global lineups, as, you know, in Tundra's position, you want to try to hunt the Dawn, right? Hunt the Nature's Prophet when they're on the other sides of the map, but all your lanes just constantly are getting shoved in, so it's tough to get out of the base. They're going to smoke to attempt to do so.
Who can they find? They're going to start making the move towards Ame's direction.
He's not squishy, though. They have to get the chain stun, or he could just get the BKB TP if they don't save the hook shot.
Maybe just trying to go into the jungle.
Hey, look at the lane position, though. Top lane starting to get pushed out from the Treants with the Mjolnir. The mid lane's getting pushed out from Illusions, and bottom is already reaching their tower.
They know this is going to be coming for them.
Yeah, look at the position. Ame in the safest place of the map. His TP's on cooldown 10 seconds. But XG, very well aware of this move.
Yeah, they're ready to smoke themselves. As XG.
How they can potentially look for that fight. Since they see these lanes, they're going to see the Remnant.
Yeah, ready to return with this Remnant.
They get the scan on the side. They know that Tundra's all here.
They're moving in. Tundra. Be careful. Ame, he keeps him very aggressive. He gets caught by the hook shot. He's able to force out the cogs though quick enough as the BKB is now in play. Ame continue to keep his distance. XM looking towards 33. They're trying to dive forward, get on top of XM. They've got the setup. The Supernova's going to be there, but
it's right in the middle of them.
Destroyed. They take it out instantly. Nightfall's trying for Ame, but the Solar Guardian is up from XXS. He's coming in with the heals. Turns in with the hammer. Ame survives. Double kill. As they cannot kill the Nature's Prophet.
Even with such an aggressive TP, they can't punish Ame.
33. He'll try for a TP. It's not making it out. They tried to go for a smoke move, Tundra.
And the leash. Again, Ame finds another target.
Lorinov, can he jump out in time? He can't. He's out of remnants. He's out of the game. Everybody dead on Tundra as
Godlike.
Xtreme I think they've finally done it, Fog.
It feels like they absolutely have.
They might be able to win the series here today, and they needed to.
And what a way to start a fight. Ame TPing into 3 or 4 heroes, somehow is able to reset away, gets buffed up. The Solar Guardian is there. A beautiful approach, a 22,000 lead. And these towers are going to drop quick.
And Ame's basically got the gold to get the full Revenant's approach out
man.
now as well.
Even
Top
before
that
the
Parad's
Revenants, he's been able to shred the DK.
Dire's middle
That's
tower
2 sets at
has
least.
fallen. Dire's structures are fortified.
XG. I mean, where was this XG and all the losses they have, Fog?
It's because they picked Jug. Oh,
I only did that twice.
no, just kidding. I don't know.
Yeah.
This seems, it
Like,
really
when
does
they
feel
win,
like
and like the games that Ame wins as well, he just seems to be on another level.
he doesn't really die. Like this one, he still just has the 2 deaths, even though he's been TPing in incredibly aggressive. Yeah, I mean, they're setting him up for success, right? All these buff ups. He saw Nightfall have that fun game last time, right? He's like, okay, you want to play with buffs? I'll play with buffs as well. Give me them. Give me that drinking buddies. As Roche will fall. And Tundra. This is a humongous lead now for them. Soxa tries to go for a steal.
Scout it out indeed, see if he can make a cheeky solo play. Wasn't to be.
And the thing is, too, is XG's draft just, especially with this gold lead, of course, but their draft, it's overall, it's such a good late-game draft. It scales so hard. Tundra's is more about dictating the pace of game, controlling and having a net worth lead. It never happened, literally ever in this game. I don't think even in the first 2 minutes or so, they never had a gold lead.
It was a very chaotic start, and one that indeed did not end up benefiting them. As XG, they're ready to close this up.
Teams are seeming to be more and more prepared for the Visage. It's really feeling like. I feel like all the games I'm seeing with it, yes, it's getting some soul assumption kills, but I feel like teams just have the answer for this hero. As to the high ground, Aegis, the Revenant's Brooch,
It's a
Ame's
big
damage.
wrap around Tundra.
Ame's damage is going to be crazy. They have to kill him.
Who
and
can they
XM.
jump?
Who do you go for?
They're going to try for the supports. They'll get Tianming first. They'll look towards the tusk, see if they can take him out before we get the combo off. They only get him down to
He's
half
still alive.
HP. Tianming's able to get out with the snowball. Zach's at a fall. Laurenov's trying to stand his ground. Arme Remnants over to the side. XM's BKB will soon come to end. He
They kill the
focuses
egg.
the egg. Kill off the supernova. The buybacks are coming out from the supports, but they cannot save their cause.
They're
As
too far
Nightfall,
behind.
he's out for a minute. No buyback available on him. 33 are gone, also without buyback. Laurenov dead inside the base. GG is called. XG, they've finally done it. They've won a series, folks.
In a very nice fashion, too. This one was pretty dominant. The 2 games that they won in particular, very dominant performance. 40 to 15. They were the ones